Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lord Exsus, and I want to welcome you all to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now, Pathfinder has been out on PC for about a year, I think, or maybe that's how long the enhanced version has been out on consoles. And what Pathfinder is more or less a different version of the Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role-playing game, specifically the 3.5 edition rule set, I believe. I'm not an expert at this, so I don't actually know. But after playing a little bit of DDO for you guys, I wanted to play some proper Dungeons and Dragons. And of course, I had the option of playing the original Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale games. Also, there was things like Planescape Torment. And I could have also played Neverwinter that I have done on the channel before. However, I wanted to try something different and new with a little bit of a fresh take. And I don't know much about the world of Pathfinder, the world that is called Golarion. But I wanted to jump in and try and play that. So I bought this game a little while ago and I've been playing it a little bit. And I am very, very happy with it. I have also looked online and watched people's opinions and reviews, and when this game first came out, which again I think was a year ago, but that could have been on console, it might have been even before that, I'm not sure when this was finally kick-started and it finally went into full production and then was finished. I should really research my games a little bit better, but alas, here we are. So yeah, I'm not sure when, but a lot of the comments and a lot of people said in the second half of the game onward, it is so buggy, it is almost unplayable. I took that into consideration. I am not actually at that point in the game myself yet. I haven't quite got there, but I'm around the area, and I haven't encountered any game-breaking bugs or anything too untoward. It took me a while to learn all of the rules because it is Dungeons and Dragons at its core, and there are things, even though I like Dungeons and Dragons, there are things I don't know. I don't get to play the tabletop game of Dungeons and Dragons anywhere near as much as I would like. So there are things I still don't know, especially about the 3.5 or the 3rd edition rule set. But with that being said, I've had fun with this, and I wanted to play something to pass the time and to have a little bit of fun with until the release of the next gen systems, at which point hopefully I'll be doing let's plays on games on those systems. So with that in mind, and going forward, I might only cover Act 1 of this game to begin with. I want to be very clear on that now, because Act 1 may still take 10, 11 episodes, or more potentially. This is a very long, very weighty, very long game, because combat takes a long time, and it is also quite hard from what I've played. For my level of skill and my understanding of Dungeons and Dragons, this is something that has weighed on me whilst playing this game, and I enjoy it. It's challenging and it's rewarding, but at the same time it is it was heavy-handed with me. It was rough with me, and what can I say, I enjoy a little bit of rough. So that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. I hope you're ready to get in. I'm ready to get in and play this game and to have some fun, some good old school Dungeons and Dragons fun. So we're going to go to a new game. And we have the scenario selection screen. So main story, Varnhold's Law or Beneath the Stolen Lands. Well, I don't have the expansions or the DLCs, so it's going to be the main story. So in the main story, we're going to explore the Stolen Lands, a wild territory that has been contested for centuries. Hundreds of kingdoms have risen and fallen in these lands, and now it is time for you to make your mark by building your own kingdom. To succeed in this, you will need to survive the harsh wilderness and the menace of rival nations, as well as perils from within your own court. So yes, this game doesn't only have us doing the adventuring Dungeons and Dragons stuff, but at some point, which if I'm only doing Act 1, you guys won't really see until the act is finished, we will get to become the Baron of our own lands within the Stolen Lands, which we get to name and allocate different land masses ourselves. That's the thing that can happen. Again, it's not a thing you guys will necessarily see, at least immediately, because I do intend to only do Act 1, since it's such a long game, but that is the premise of what we're going to do. Okay, let's go to next. Okay, so this is, you can have it custom, story difficulty, easy difficulty, normal, which we're going to be on, challenging, hard, or unfair. Normal is unfair enough, okay? We're not going harder than that. And you're going to see me struggle. You're going to see me get hurt, and you're going to see me go down. So we're going to leave it on normal and leave everything as is. So no auto level ups. So I get to go through all of my companions, my party members, including the character I'm going to create. We're going to leave it all as is. So we're going to hit next. Okay, and we get some pre-gen characters. So Hedwig, Milaku, Violin, Gimar, and Yadmila. So these are pre-generated characters: a fighter, a paladin, a ranger, a sorcerer, and a cleric. We're not going to go for the pre-generated characters. We're going to create a new one. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we get to choose the portrait. So there's some really nicely drawn portraits here. Some really nicely drawn ones. I quite like this one. I've never had this one before, but this looks like someone I might go for. That one looks evil as hell, but it's just cool. You can have it as a portrait. So some here. I'm going to let you guys know now. I am going for a male portrait because I am going to be a male character. Nothing wrong with choosing female, even if you are male, and vice versa. But I intend to play as male. So these are very well drawn. I like these a lot. And I like how they're not all quite the same style. I don't know if they were all drawn by different artists. I kind of assume they are. If they're not, if they're all drawn by the same person, amazing. But they look slightly different in style, but they all are very crisp, very detailed. I like this one just because it's very detailed. I like the sweat coming off this young halfling woman's, assuming she's halfling, face. I'm assuming she's a woman. Could be a male halfling, I don't know. And again, assuming it's a halfling and not like a gnome or something. So yeah, there's different ones. I love this as the wizard or mage or sorcerer or whatever. Yeah, this is cool as hell. It's the only magey one. That, I don't know, looks evil. This is a matron of some kind. So yeah, they're all very clean. They're all very nice. I guess that's kind of wizardy, but it's not because he's actually got a sword. Looks more like a cavalier, although he is reading some sort of book. Could be a spell book. Your traditional, well, kind of traditional knight. He's got a ball and chain there. A flail, sorry. Okay, so they're all the character portraits. Not a massive selection. What I am going to go with is I'm going to go with this guy. This guy, because, well, you'll see as we go forward. Okay, so we have human, elf, dwarf, gnome, halfling, half elf, half orc, or Azimar, which so they have celestial power. Celestial, other good outside of blood in their ancestry. I'm surprised because this game actually has demon touched, or as we know them, and they use the same name as D&D as well, tieflings. So I'm surprised that's not a selectable race on here, but that might be something to do with the DLC because I saw somewhere that you can play as tieflings. So, okay, so we've got those races. We are going to select human, just the good all-rounders. Okay, we're going to go for a thin body type. Actually going to make this guy look like me because surprisingly I can actually make this guy look like me. So we're going to go for a very cheeky face. Look at that cheeky chappy right there. We're going to go for the paler skin. That is literally my hairstyle. That is literally my hairstyle when it's not cut really short. And that is literally my beard. Fantastic. There you go, guys. If you ever wanted to know exactly what I look like, admittedly, sometimes my hair's shorter than that, nearly shaven. But that is, unfortunately, I can't zoom in any closer. But that is basically me, from what I can tell. Putting my face as close to the screen as possible. That is basically what I look like, and that's not even a joke. That is actually a really close representation, which is funny. Okay, you can choose your main hand. Also, it's best that we look through here. Yes, this is one of those games. It's all about stats. It's Dungeons and Dragons. So yes, this first video, especially this first video, is going to be a long one. So buckle up. Okay, so the human has the race traits of +2 to 1 ability score at creation. The character gets a +2 bonus to an ability of their choice. Feat and skilled. Humans possess exceptional drive and great capacity to endure and expand, and as such are currently the dominant race in the world. Their empires and nations are vast, sprawling things, and the citizens of these societies carve names for themselves with the strength of their sword arm and the power of their spells. Humanity is best categorized by its tumultuousness and diversity. Tumultuousness. I can't say that word very well. And human cultures run the gamut from savage but honourable tribes to decadent devil-worshipping noble families in the most cosmopolitan cities. Human curiosity and ambition often triumph over their predilection for a sedentary lifestyle, and many leave their homes to explore the innumerable forgotten corners of the world or lead mighty armies to conquer their neighbours simply because they can. The physical characteristics of humans are as varied as the world's climes. From the dark-skinned tribesmen of the southern continents to the pale and barbaric raiders of the northern lands, humans possess a wide variety of skin colours, body types and facial features. Generally speaking, human skin colour assumes a darker hue the closer to the equator they live. So, like reality then. Okay, I know this picture doesn't match up with my character, but hey, we make do, guys, we make do. Okay, next. Okay, now comes the class selection, and the reason I chose this guy, although he doesn't quite fit in, and there isn't a class photo, a class picture, or portrait, sorry, that I could see there that quite fits in, I am going to do something different. That was advice I took from a friend, actually, because I don't. It's something I've noticed as well, that I don't play in these type of games. Although originally, way back in the day when I was a youngling, it was the sort of character I always wanted to be, or thought I'm most associated with in reality, and that is the rogue. So we're going to go, and that looks cool as all fuck. I'm not even going to change the colours. That is some good shit. That is what I would love to wear in reality. I really am too lazy to be a cosplayer, but you know, I think I could rock that in the street minus the cape and still look badass. Okay, so we're going to play as a rogue. Rogues excel at moving and about unseen and catching foes unaware, and tend to avoid head-to-head combat. Their varied skills and abilities allow them to be highly versatile, with great variations in expertise existing between different rogues. Most, however, excel in overcoming hindrances of all types, from unlocking doors and disarming traps to outwitting magical hazards and conning dull-witted opponents. Awesome, that's what we want. So we have a few here. I'm actually going to choose a specialization. I know I shouldn't cuck my character like this, but I'm actually going to choose that because I know for a fact we're going to have at least one more rogue-esque character in the party. And that character can dealing with the traps. Now, I know this sounds stupid because a rogue's job is to stealth and deal with traps. But if it's going to be my main character, and the other character, by the way, I know for a fact I will be keeping with me all the time. Not out of necessity for dealing with the traps, just because it seems right in terms of story and such. So I'm going to look down these. So Eldritch Scoundrel, or Eldritch, depending on how you want to say that. I say Eldritch. Yeah. Students of arcane magic, legerdemain and stealth, Eldritch Scoundrels are a rare breed of adventurer, mostly common found seeking lost and valuable arcane writings in the ruins of the fallen empires. So these guys use magic to enhance their stealthy ways. It's quite cool. Knife Master. The Knife Master is a trained killer who specializes in close-up combat and the wave and weave of knife fighting in her, specifically her, we're a he, but in her hands. Daggers and other similar light blades become truly deadly instruments. Well, this is what I want to go for, obviously. You've also got Thug. Let's look at Thug. Some criminals steal with finesse, their victims only discovering the crime when the rogue is long gone and the coin already spent. A Thug, on the other hand, cares nothing for finesse. Through both threat and violence, the Thug gets what she, again, wants by promise of force and has no problem making good on that promise as needed. Okay, so that's quite cool as well. I don't know how they intend to do that. They've got the uncanny dodge there. That's quite cool. Brutal beating at level 3. Okay, that's cool. But we're going to go for Knife Master. So what do we get by the looks of it? Evasion. A character can avoid even magical and unusual attacks with great agility. If a character makes a successful reflex saving throw against an attack that normally deals half damage on a successful save, he instead takes no damage. So now we're back onto the he. A helpless character does not gain the benefit of evasion. So yeah, if we're knocked to the floor is what that means, or stunned or otherwise immobilized, that makes us helpless. We do not get that. Okay, at level 1 we get the sneak attack. Cool. We also have our rogue proficiencies. Weapon finesse, I'm assuming that's using the dex modifier on the daggers rather than the strength. Sneak stab. A Knife Master focuses her ability to deal sneak attack damage with daggers and similar weapons to such a degree that she can deal more sneak attack damage with those weapons at the expense of sneak attacks with other weapons. When she makes a sneak attack with a dagger, kukri, punching dagger, stark knife, or sai, she uses d8s to roll attack damage instead of d6s. For sneak attacks With all other weapons, she uses D4s instead of D6s. Okay, so it looks like I'm hoping to go down the route with this guy as a dual wielding, like, knife master, stabbing people up with daggers, as any good rogue should be. Okay, so our base attack bonuses are looking bad, but we're gonna go through everything with Dex by the looks of it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so allocate ability points. So Dex is getting everything. So straight up to 18, okay? Also, when we go here, we're going to choose Dex as well. So we're actually up to 20. We're actually hitting Dex full on. So we're going to have to put a little bit into Constitution, because I do need a little bit of life. We'll put that to 14. And I'm going to use Charisma. Right, so I know Strength is taking a hit here. I don't actually know what I'm doing, so this could be wrong actually. We'll take one out of that. We'll put 1 into Strength. Yeah, I think I can get around with 12 Charisma. I think Charisma affects Persuasion. It does. It does. When you got 1 on that. I feel like a rogue should be charismatic, right? Like the Artful Dodger, you know. Yeah. I think this will do. I'm probably going to have people shouting at me in the comments, potentially shouting at me in the comments, especially people that know this game, have had a long time to play this game, and know it like the back of their hand. But I do need a little bit of Constitution. It's still only 11 hit points. It ain't great, but that's still 2 more hit points than a mage class, even when you put as much as you can into Constitution, roughly. So, okay, I've got 6 skill points to allocate, and we are going to put 1 into Persuasion. We're going to put 1 into Perception. We're going to put 1 into Stealth, Trickery, Mobility. So they're all good. What else shall we do? We have 1 point left. Use Magical Device has nothing in it, and only a +1 after it. I guess World Knowledge. And actually, I want Athletics. I don't know why. I feel like a rogue would naturally be slightly athletic, you know, lots of ducking and weaving. I know it's not particularly dexterous, but it might come in handy for stuff later. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, here we go. So we have 2 feats we can choose. So we've got point blank shot. So I'm assuming we are going to be getting a bow or crossbow. Let's have a look at what else we have. Deft hands. Obviously, that's good on trickery checks. But we're not specifically going for that, but maybe pickpocketing. Okay. Now, do we have any sort of weapon proficiency, or does that come next? 2 weapon fighting. Your penalties on attack rolls for fighting with 2 weapons are reduced. The penalty for your primary hand lessens by 2, and the one for your offhand lessens by 6. If you wield a second weapon in your offhand, you can get 1 extra attack per round with that weapon. When fighting in this way, you suffer a -6 penalty with your regular attack. Okay, so I'm actually going to go for 2 weapon fighting. I know someone's probably already screaming at me now. And I kind of do want the point blank shot, but I also want combat reflexes would be handy. You may take a number of additional attacks of opportunity per round equal to your dexterity bonus. Ooh. There's some good ones here, guys. Some real good ones. I kind of want the point blank shot, but what does it mean? You get +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons. See, I probably will have to use ranged weapons from the beginning. That's probably going to set me up with ranged weapons. But I kind of want combat reflexes, because I am going in stabby. Okay. So we're going to check out what the different voices sound like.
Their life ends here. All I see is blackness.
I like the madman voice, but that's not going to work for a rogue.
Defeat is not an option.
Okay, way too pious.
I won't give up.
My skills exceed yours.
I am superior!
Definitely not a rogue. Maybe the thug.
We will be victorious.
I sense something.
Definitely not.
I'm not touching that.
I'll go ahead. Time's not waiting. This will hurt.
you know what? It's a bit too clean for a rogue, but I'm going to go pragmatic. It's a bit too clean. Sounds a bit too young as well. Like inexperienced rather than dark. But I understand why games don't do this anymore, because basically everyone sounds like every sort of slightly, like everyone goes for the darker storylines on their characters now, the slight turbulent past type storylines or that sort of thing. And of course, as a rogue, more than anyone, you want to have the voice of Geralt of Rivia, basically, or the dark pragmatic character, right? You want that voice. You want the sort of Garrett. I think it's Garrett from the Thief series, where it's kind of a little bit darker, you know, the gravelly voice. But I understand why they're kind of wheedling that out, because you play a game of D&D or you play any sort of RPG and just everyone's gravelly voiced like dark bastard motherfuckers, right? So I'm going to take that. I am going to put my own birthday in, which in this guy's case would be the 30th day of Neth. So yeah, that's right. Now we have to think of a name. We're not going to give this guy a too sensible name. What should we call him? Nope. Gotta get my caps the right way around. I'm just going to call him Aiden. That spelling specifically of Aiden. Don't know why, just came to me. Never called a character that before. I wanted to call him something lame like my 14-year-old self would, which is like Shadow or Shade or Shady, you know, just something roguish. But we're going to go with Aiden. And, okay. What are we going to go for here? I am going to choose, just because it's fun, Chaotic Neutral. I think rogues should range from everything from lawful evil all the way up to like chaotic good. I think that's their wheelhouse. I think chaotic neutral is a good way. In fact, I think that's probably almost too good for a rogue. It's definitely not anything in the lawful range, because by nature they're not. Okay, I think that's
Calm down. Not dead yet.
okay, cool. Yes, I like that. Calm down, not dead yet. And there are proficiencies in that. The only thing we are not getting here is what our starting weapon is, but that doesn't matter so much. What we're going to do is we're going to hit complete and we're going to get in. So I've got a fighting defensively trait. I guess that's the human trait. Cool. Let's do this thing.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Yes, heroes of all stripes. So we get this this very lovely book format. I like this a lot. Okay, let's continue.
Where are they? This is taking forever! They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
Who are the Aldori indeed, Miss very scary looking barbarian lady? I'm just going to zoom the camera in so we've got a little more detail. It doesn't always autofocus on the characters that are speaking. Bear that in mind. It usually autofocuses for the most part during these sort of scenes on our character. And it does look like I have a crossbow on my back, which is unfortunate. Hopefully we can pick up a dagger very quickly. Okay, let's continue.
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm highlighted with a green circle around myself. The character that's speaking is also highlighted with a green circle. That is a character called Tartusio, or Tartuccio. I don't know how they pronounce it. I can't actually quite remember. It's been a while. One thing I love, obviously, very D&D, very Pathfinder in that case. Any green writing, you can highlight over it, and it tells us what it says. So, the Aldori Sword Lords arose when famed swordsman Baron Syrian Aldori agreed to train a select group of pupils in his dueling techniques. They ruled Rostland for generations, each as prickly and impulsive as their order's founder. Though they are considered some of the finest sword fighters in the Inner Sea region, they are also obsessed with personal standing and honor. If you want to bring it up in full, you can right-click, and you can do that with everything, same as this. So that's about Bravoy. This game will give you the whole lore of the world of Galarian. I think that's what it's called, Galarian. We're going to see it in a little while. I'm sure that'll come up when some people start talking about it. But yes, there is as much lore in this as you want there to be. Anyway, let's carry on.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
I like the barbarian woman. She says it how it is.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Okay, and this is a halfling called Lindsay.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Salimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
Well, thank you. I'm just going to zoom out here so you can actually see these guys at the top. When the camera starts panning a little bit, I'll zoom some more. And of course, we have Restov. We have the tooltip for Restov telling us where or what that is.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Why, thank you.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the stolen lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
Wow, okay, sounds too good to be true. So I have all of the questions, so we're going to go through all of them in order. There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
Okay, Tartusio, be careful. I want the Barons.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
Thank you, strange-looking dwarf. I agree with him. Okay.
If I may please answer the question.
You may. You may.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Okay, that makes sense. So, we'll go on from here. Why not recognize this Stag Lord as the Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
They were. You have a good point. Very scary looking elf woman on your character portrait. I don't know how to pronounce this this woman's name. Is it Jaethal or is it Jaethal? I'm not 100% sure, so I'll leave that to you guys to tell me how to pronounce that. I think it's Jaethal, but again, I don't know.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I understand why you don't want to give this killer, murderous bandit lord the title of Baron. You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around or whatever it is you do.
Okay, I'm already getting fed up with you. I will stab you.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
Is also makes sense.
Smell in the air. Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Noticing you've heard her comment, she winks at you coyly. So her name is Casey? I'm going with Casey. Okay, and yeah, she notices us noticing her. Okay, so what rewards can we expect exactly, other than the barony, of course?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
Well, what I just said, what can we expect?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
It is absolutely satisfactory, thank you.
Words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
True. I like this lady a lot.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Okay, sounds good.
Now you're talking.
She likes it too. Okay, so it is all as clear as day.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Why, thank you.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Okay, I'm on it.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
Yeah, let's do that thing. Lindsay, I'm Aiden. Pleased to meet you.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something.
Okay.
How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. Doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
As you notice, Lindsay blushes a little. There is descriptive text mixed in with her writing, but I'm going to have to read that afterwards, guys. She wants to write a book about us, and I agree with you. So it's Tartuccio, his name is. And yes, he's a dick. Absolute penis. But wait, a book?
Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain.
Okay, go ahead.
You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
Yeah, it's a good point.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. Okay, so I'm just going to say, not a bad plan. It's settled then. I'll accomplish the feats. You'll write them down.
Deal. All right. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
Okay, will do. Okay, here we are. The first step on the road to glory. So now we have a little bit of control. We can press C and bring up the character sheet. So in terms of abilities, I do have sneak attack, coup de grace and that sort of stuff. I can't cast spells, so I don't have a spell book. But if I bring these boys up, what do we have? Mobility. I will bring up the defensive fighting. A coup de grace. Oh, it's for a helpless opponent. I also actually have a charge. Stealth is done through here.
They'll never see me coming.
Where I change into this, and I can only move. I like it how I can do it right here. They'll never see me coming. I'm literally at a party, guys, and I can still do this anyway. So that's actually toggled on there. It's not this eye down here. This is inspect. Okay. Also, something I love. Of course, you've got corner scrolling on this game, as you will do, especially when you highlight people, so on and so forth. That is what's on my belt. But also, you can move the camera with W, A, S, and D, which is fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted. Should we go talk to Amari quickly? Finally, the order talk's over. Can't wait to set out. Okay, so you can't... All these named characters actually will not engage you in full dialogue. So, Tartuccio saying, tomorrow our glorious journey begins. I hope you're ready. I hope so. I don't need any lab outs on my team. Okay, so we're just about ready to rock and roll here. So, I'm going to keep the camera zoomed. Actually, no, I'm going to zoom it out a bit. Because look at this lovely architecture. Very nice, very polished. Detail stays when you zoom in as well. Very lovely. So yeah, I am going to zoom back in because I do like the close-up detail. Obviously, oh yeah, it was just telling. It zoomed forward, guys, because it's telling me about the area exit. Obviously, I also very much like to see what I'm doing, so I'll zoom out before a battle, perhaps. What is Katie saying? Northern architecture is beautiful, but very heavy. In my native land of Kadaria, places like this... I didn't get to read the rest of it. I do apologise. Anyway, let's go to bed.
Help! Help!
Lindsay bursts into your room. She looks scared, her face smeared with soot, and she holds a weapon in her hands. What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help.
That doesn't sound good, Lindsay.
Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Yeah, that sounds very bad. As if to lend credence to Lindsay's word, a scream echoes from the hallway. That was a Wilhelm scream, if ever I've heard one. Okay, so just run off into the darkness. Ah, okay. So the game will tell us about combat. I'm not going to read it.
Enemy approaching.
Because there's no need. But this is turn-based combat. I've got this set as. So, this movement line, as you can see, is how far my character can move. It is currently in green. So I can move anywhere in this room for just, I guess, the equivalent of one action. As you can see down the bar, down the bottom there, it is telling me I can move 22, I think that's 22 feet, out of a maximum of 60, I believe. If it hits 30 at the top of the green bar, your movement and your movement on this line here will turn to yellow. that means you are then starting to use up another action, which would be your turn to attack or similar. So I am going to hit that, and as you can see now I've used up half action, so I've got mobility on. So with mobility on, you can move through the threatened square without provoking an attack of opportunity. So I will actually turn that off in a little while, because he's going to come at me anyway. I'll explain what that means. Is the attack of opportunity is if you are nearby a group of enemies and you attack not necessarily the one enemy you're focused at, but the others are next to you as well, they will take their attack of opportunity and get a free attack on you, which can cause massive damage to you. The same can happen if you bunch your party up and one guy comes in to hit one of your weaker party members. Everybody else in your party will take their attack of opportunity as he passes or she passes by them. So that's what that is. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit. No, actually, this room's right on the corner, so we can't see the detail that well. Let's actually, what I want to do is go into inventory. This boy is what I want. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit him from there. I am not. Okay, let's switch back to weapon set 1. You can actually change weapons another way, but we can hit him from here with this.
This should do it.
Oh, no we can't. It won't actually allow. Well, that sucks. Okay, in that case he's going to have to come for us. Oh, and it's a miss. It's a miss. Now we're going to change to weapon set 2, and we're going to hit him.
A calculated risk.
Only 3 damage, but that's over half his bar. Next turn.
Yeah!
Coup de grace.
This spell doesn't work like
Nope.
that.
Of course, because they have to be laying down. That makes sense.
This will hurt.
But that did hurt, and that killed him. Fantastic. Awesome, awesome. If you want to change weapon slots, you can do it here. You don't have to go to inventory every time. So we'll go back to crossbow for now. We'll do that for long range. And you just close it again. Fantastic. We come out of the mobility mode as well, which is awesome. Okay. And he has a dagger and a chain shirt. Cool, cool. Well, we're not going to use the chain shirt. However, dagger is 1 to 4 damage. This is 1 to 4 damage. Beautiful. Will it let me? It will let me. So when I've got these boys up. Oh, I've got both of them. How much penalty do I actually take though? Attack damage 1 plus 3, 1 to 4. Okay, let's see how much damage I do, because I'm not good with the maths, guys. I'm not. Let's get outside, shall we? Okay, so Lindsay is over here. The assassins are already here. Quickly follow me. I would, but we're going to go in here first. We're also going to press J, look up the journal. So this is what we've got to do for now. Follow Lindsay. We've already done this bit. Leave the hall. So it's got a green tick on it, even though it's still got this on it. That will disappear in a minute. I didn't manage to get any sleep, but it wasn't due to my excitement. In the middle of the night, the mansion was attacked by some cutthroats who came out of nowhere. Blood and screams everywhere. It was terrible. I had no idea what was going on. But Aiden was in the room next door, so I decided we had to team up or they'd cut us down one by one. So this is written from Lindsay's point of perspective. That's why it's called Lindsay's Journal. We also get an encyclopedia with everything, including a bestiary. I'm not going to show you guys the bestiary immediately. Number one, it is massive, as the enemies are so varied in this game. Secondly, because I've already played the game, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the bestiary is shared. Oh, we have more here. Awesome, awesome. We'll just collect some stuff. Let's leave.
All according to plan.
Okay, we're gonna zoom right in now. Here we go. Game automatically zoomed out. They got someone. We have to help. Oh, look, it's Tartuccio.
We will be victorious.
Okay, so they're going to kill Tartuccio later, apparently. Apparently we're more of a threat. Okay, so this guy comes first. Goes for Lindsay. Oh, nicely done. There's actually a tiny bit of lag there. Okay, I'm going to go for you first. I've got 2 attacks as well, so I want to see what this does.
Let's try it this way.
Oh, okay. That's a severely overpowered dagger. I'm not going to pick up the range now. You can actually do this if you've still got an action left in combat. I'm not going to. I'm just going to skip that combat. Okay, and now it's your turn, fella.
This should do it. You're just in time.
Nice.
A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Okay, you're not really, because we saved you.
Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen land.
Okay.
Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Okay, thank you, Tartuccio. While he was saying that as well, he looked back at Lindsay and started whispering as he took the ring off his finger and handed it to us. That's the flavor text there, but obviously I'm not going to start talking over the top of him. It's a bit of a problem for the voice acted parts of this game. So, equipment, he did give us the ring. That is...
I don't need this.
No, that's the wrong slot. That is the ring, which is awesome. It gives us a +1 bonus to armor class. This is a deflection bonus that does not stack with other deflection bonuses. Cool, cool. So it's a deflection bonus. I'm not going to wear it for now. There is a reason why, but you'll see that a bit later. And we've got 2 more daggers of the assassins. So now my characters are all highlighted. I have control over all of them now. We're going to go down this way first. That is actually the correct way to go. Let's zoom out a little bit. And we're going to see what this guy has on him. Some gold and incense. A luxury item that can be sold. It said something like that in there. I like how the rooms don't reveal what's in them until you're actually in them. That's quite cool. Very good way of doing that. And we're picking up The Curse of Ancient Eobaria by Hasteful an old map of Avestan and some gold. I'm not going to read the books out to you guys. Okay, I did collect them all. Some of them are cool. I feel like you may not want me to, especially... maybe I'll read them when we're in a more serene location, but this is not the time. I mean, after all, we are being attacked by assassins of some description. Door is blocked from the other side. Okay. Okay. Let's go through here. And this is telling us about everything about companions. It's fine. I don't need to know anything else. I'll talk you guys through it as and when. So that's that room down there. I've already been in there. Let's go this way a little bit. So okay, so there's only one way through here.
Ready for anything.
Adventures call to
I
them.
know what to do.
Okay, I didn't mean to just highlight him on his own, but...
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
You want me to pose? You want some inspiration? So... See, can I charge these guys? I cannot. Using that mobility action thing already done me in. So I'm gonna hide. Oh, I have to stay stealthy stealth when I'm like this. Actually can't go in stealth from that. Advanced combat. So spells Lindsay and Tartuccio are capable of casting. How did that hit me through there? Is the question. Okay, so Tartuccio, you can go here. And you can use the famous magic missiles. They do 3 damage. Yeah, they're pretty pants early on. Lindsay, if you'd be so kind, if you go next to Tartuccio. And number 1, I want you to use the spell Inspire Courage. At first level, bards can use his performance to inspire courage in his allies, including himself, bolstering them against fear and improving their combat abilities. To be affected, an ally must be able to perceive the bard's performance. An affected ally receives a +1 morale bonus on saving throws against charm and fear effects, and a +1 competence bonus on attacks and weapon damage rolls at 5th level. Every 6 bard levels thereafter, this bonus increases by 1. So this is handy. So we'll get Lindsay to sing a little tune, play a little tune. That's all she's going to do for now. That was a miss, a 6 versus 17. That was a miss as well. I can hit this guy through here.
Calculated risk.
Wow. Wow, that is... I'm going to start coming out from around here. Because that's unfair. And also a bit jank. Okay, Tartuccio, let's have that frostbolt.
Leave this one to me.
Nice. And Lindsay, you can go for a normal arrow shot.
Serves you right.
And you miss. Because of course you do. Okay, what can we get with charge? Can we get you or you? Nope. Oh, I accidentally skipped the turn, guys. Oh, it's not good. Oh, oof. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, we'll have another frostbolt. Oh, that's a miss.
You deserved it.
Oh, that looked painful. Oh, can't believe I skipped my MC's turn.
This will hurt.
This will hurt. Nice. Nice. Only got to attack once because that guy died. I'm not close enough to the other guy for a follow-up. Okay, Tartuccio. Another frostbolt, please. Wow. Okay, story of my life in this game, guys. Constant misses. With magic, that is. Okay, let's finish this.
Let's try this way.
Like that. Beautiful. Health and death. So each character has a certain number of hit points, HP. When each character's HP drops to 0, they lose consciousness. Do note, they do not die, they lose consciousness. After combat is over, the character will get up and be controlled again. A character's HP value can drop into negative numbers. A character can survive some negative hit points, but if their amount becomes equal to their constitution score, the character dies. To resurrect them, you will need a special spell. To restore lost hit points, you can use healing spells, potions, or rest. Healing potions can be bought from merchants or obtained as trophies after combat. To use expendable items, they're there in your belt. And so are the scrolls. That's what it was trying to tell us there. Okay, so we just picked up a load of healing stuff. If we open up the inventory, I'm going to put another one onto Aiden. Lindsay can have 2. And Tartuccio, you already have 2, so you're not getting another one. In fact, I don't like you. I'm taking one back. And we'll go search this guy down here. Lindsay can go do that. Oh, some more health potions and some more daggers. That's fantastic. Is there anything else in this area that I can steal? I mean, I can go over here, see if they open this door. No, it's still locked. How's it? It's not blocked from the other side because that's the side we couldn't come in. Doesn't matter. Let's move on, guys. Okay, so there's a door here first. I like that how the light bleeds into the room, but it's not the light bleeding into the room. It's our vision bleeding into the room. Our character's vision. Okay, so Tartuccio being a dick about all these people that are dead. There is a chest here. They won't need this anymore. There is some hide armor, some medium armor, and a heavy mason here. We'll take that. Is there anything else in this room? Nothing else of importance. 2 dead guys. This is unfortunate. Okay, and let's open the door over here. Okay, and this is what we can see. We instantly see a dead body. Nice, okay, let's check that. He has 8 gold. He won't need it, guys. He won't need it where he's gone. And there's also some stuff on the bookshelf. What is this? Tian Zai ink. I haven't said that right. Probably not. We'll just take that. We can sell it or something. Yeah, there is nothing here. Okay. Nothing else here. Let's mosey on. Something over here.
Not far.
Oh, and this is the kitchen. So we have a dead guy in amongst the fish. What's on the table? Ooh. Cooking Almanac of the Inner Sea by Jubilost Narthropple? Jubilost Narthropple. Heads up, we will meet a character by that name later. So, yeah. Oh, barrel of fish. Get some food. Food is not used as a way to heal in this game. At least not directly. Okay, there's a chest here. Chest of drawers, that is, not a chest. Okay, I think we're golden. Let's go through here. Ah, hello, barbarian.
It's the end for you rats!
We should help her.
Victory is certain.
Fun fact, you can actually leave that and she will kill them all. If you were so inclined to do so. Let's change up. Let's change back to this. Cool, cool. Fantastic. I still can't shoot those guys from there, so it's no bueno. Wow. Amiri just wrecking house. Okay. Okay, but Lindsay can. Yes, she can.
This is where I step in.
Oh, nice shot. And Tartuccio should still be able to hit with a spell, which he can. Nice. Frozen to death.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
The barbarian's face is distorted with rage. She grinds her teeth and sweat drips from her forehead. Noticing Tartuccio, she swings her sword but stops just in time and then states what she just did. Cool, cool. I like the fact she doesn't like Tartuccio.
Blood for Gorum!
Amiri takes a deep breath and barks out, "Blood for Gorum." Swinging her sword, she runs towards the sound of battle. If we talk to over here, Gorum is the Lord, or known as our Lord in Iron. He is the god of battle. So, of course, she loves the god of battle.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
Well, maybe not exactly, Lindsay.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Okay.
As it should be.
Okay, we'll go through here. Okay, so these are the assassins and the guards. And, yeah, the assassins have a giant. Yeah, some sort of frost giant who stamped on one of their own men. I mean, you can see the ice coming off him, but also the frozen soldiers. Okay. So that happened. Sorry, that was my mouse. That is not the game. That was all me. Okay, let's check this guy's body. I'll take your stuff, fella.
In due time.
It's kind of what I'm good at doing. And we'll take all of their stuff. And we'll go over here. We'll have a little look-see at this. Zoom out a little bit. The passage is blocked. You can't make it through this way. Okay, I assumed that I was unable to. Okay. Well, with that being said and us seeing a very nasty frost giant there, I am actually going to leave this video here, guys, because by the time I'm actually done doing the mansion section, which of course is also the tutorializing section of this game, yeah, we are going to be well over the time I can for a video, or I wanted to be, so we will pick this up in the next video. But I hope you guys have enjoyed my little tour of the start of Pathfinder Kingmaker. I have had so much fun with this game. I've been waiting for a long time to play a CRPG that will sort of recapture the old days of Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter. And when I say old days, it doesn't hold clout like someone who actually played them when they came out would say it. Because if someone that played them in the 90s when they came out says it, then you know to listen, because these people have a good concept of how good Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter and stuff like that really was. I didn't play them until more recent years. I still very much enjoyed them, but this is very much like them, but everything's just a little bit smoother, where there is other CRPGs that are also great, but also not quite as smooth as far as I'm considered. And I know that sounds strange, considering people have literally shit all over this game for having so many bugs when it first came out, and game breaking bugs as well. But these are bugs I have still yet to encounter. So I'm assuming they've all been patched by now. It's been out a while. But yeah, I tried, and I am still trying to play Pillars of Eternity. I'm glad that's come out on console as well, and I very much enjoy the very dark overtones on that. This is a slightly lighter game, I feel, and I'm sure you'll see that going forward. But I'm very much enjoying this in my own personal time, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you want to come back for the second part, so we can hopefully save the Lord of the Mansion, or the Lady of the Mansion, sorry, and save as many of her men as possible, and our friends, or the people that we have met, the other heroes that are to take part in our tale. Hopefully we can save this mansion and all of them within, but that will have to wait till the next video. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you have enjoyed it. I have definitely enjoyed playing. As usual, I've been your host, Lord Exsus, and I'll see you guys in the next video. In a bit.